Defectors, the interactive game show where the scores of our players are determined by tonight's army of defectors. So, Defectors, your role is crucial, because without your support, the players can't score. Let's meet today's new players.
Hello, my name is Martin and I'm from Leicester.
Hello, my name's Louise and I'm from Middlesbrough.
Hi, I'm Matt and I'm from Hertford.
Hello, I'm Morag, I'm from Glasgow.
The more support our audience of defectors give to a player, the more points they'll be playing for as they compete to win £1,000. And it's not just our players who could win tonight, because the audience defector who most consistently backs a winner will also be walking away with £1,000. Our opening round is First Impressions. Defectors, take another look at tonight's four players. Appearances are deceptive, but you have to decide. Brains or brawn? They're about to be tested on their general knowledge. But who'll be first past the post? Who's the odds-on favourite? Who's the surefire bet? Defectors, act on your first impressions and select your player now. OK, let's have a look at who they've gone for at this early stage. We've got Louise on 14% there, Martin on 15%, Morag on 20%, but there's a clear favourite. Matt, with over half the audience backing you there, 51% of the audience. Maybe it's the glasses, I don't know. We'll find out. The figures are now locked into the computer. Those are the points you're playing for correct answers to these questions. Good luck to you all. Here we go. The film Field of Dreams was about which sport? Basketball, cricket, football or baseball? The answer to our first question was D, baseball. Just Louise and Matt getting that one right. Here's the next one. From which fish are roll mops made? Herring, salmon, plaice or mackerel? The answer to that one, which you all got, was A, herring. Well played there. Let's have a quick look at the scores now as they stand. We've got Martin on 15 there, Morag on 20, Louise on 28, but well out in front at this early stage is Matt with 102. So, Defectors, still content with your contender, or is it time for a switch? Defect now. New percentages, let's have a look. We've got Martin now just on 4% there, Morag on 9%, Louise 19%, Matt 68% of the audience now backing you for these questions. Here we go. Which ballerina married Panamanian diplomat Roberto Arias in 1955? Darcy Bussell, Alicia Markova, Anna Pavlova or Margot Fontaine? The right answer to that one was D, Margot Fontaine. Well done, you all got that one right. Here's the next one. Which group had a #2 hit in 1991 with I'm Too Sexy? KLF, Snap, Right Said Fred or James? Let's see who knows their pop music. The right answer was C, Right Said Fred, and you all got it right. Well played. Let's have a look at the scores now. See how they changed. We've got Martin there trailing still on 23, Morag on 38, Louise on 66, but well out in front now is Matt with 238. That's how the players are doing, but what about our army of defectors? Who's leading at this early stage? It's Joan Belsey, who's 75 and retired. Yes, you, Joan, needed a bit of a nudge there. You're winning at the moment. You've got £1,000 in the palm of your hands at this precise moment in time. But right now, let's put the contestants under the spotlight in Trust Me. Now, our players will be answering questions on specific subjects. To help you decide, though, who to vote for, each will now make a short appeal before each topic. So, players, tonight's first Trust Me subject is the periodic table. So, Martin, why trust you on that?
You've got to trust me on this. I did my degree in electromechanical design engineering and metallurgy at University of South Bank. We used to do everything from the mixture of metals all the way through to up to the noble gases.
Martin's 215 points behind Matt, but he's only got one question wrong. Louise, why trust you?
Trust me on this one. I did very well at chemistry when I was at school. I've got a photographic memory. You only have to tell me once and I will remember.
Louise is also miles behind Matt, but she's got every single question right so far. Matt, why trust you?
Well, I'm currently studying for an Open University degree in science, so the periodic table is something I have to learn backwards and forwards. You can afford to trust me on this one. I'm going to get them all right.
Morag, why trust you?
Oh, trust me. I did O-level chemistry, and that was one of the things that I really could remember was the periodic table, right from gold right at the top to zinc right at the bottom. I also find it...
Again, Morag, 200 points behind Matt. She's only got one question wrong. You've had time to consider, but is it time for a change? Defectors on the subject of the periodic table, defect now. Let's see if that's made any difference. We've got Martin and Morag on 8% there, Louise on 20%. No, it really hasn't made much difference for the audience. Matt's still 64%, but Matt's well and truly going ahead there. It's between the rest of you lot as to who we're going to lose later in the show. Here's the questions. Which element is represented on the periodic table by the letters Ag? Iron, silver, sodium or calcium? The correct answer there was B, silver. Well played. Everyone got it right. Here's the next one. What is the first element of the periodic table? Hydrogen, argon, krypton, helium. The answer to that one was A, hydrogen. Everyone bar Morag getting that one right. So, here's the final question. Who published the first periodic table? Marie Curie, Sir Isaac Newton, Charles Babbage or Dmitri Mendeleev? The answer to that one was D, Dmitri Mendeleev, just Louise missing out on the points there. So we move on now to the next subject, and at the end of this, our lowest scoring player will sink without a trace. Tonight's second Trust Me subject, then, is weddings. Martin, why trust you on weddings?
Used to be in the Navy for 11 years. We used to travel all over the world. People used to invite us for look to their weddings. You've been to weddings from everywhere, from the islands of Bali.
Martin's trailing. He's in last place, but he's got more questions right than Morag. Louise, why trust you?
Trust me on this one. I do bridal makeups as part-time job. I even did the Olympia Bridal Fair this year, which was one of the biggest bridal fairs. I know all about the traditions, the looks.
Matt, why trust you?
Well, you can continue to trust me on this one. Apart from my own wedding, I've been to a Greek wedding, a Jewish wedding and a Balinese ceremony. So I know all the customs and traditions, and I fully expect to carry on winning.
Morag, why trust you?
Well, I've been to several weddings, including my own. I was definitely there. I've seen 4 weddings and a funeral at least 6 times. I have...
Nice of you to turn up at your own wedding. It's a nice touch. You've heard them talk, but who will walk? Audience, on the subject of weddings now, defect. Right, into the computer go. The points, well, it's been a slight change, but not really. We've got Morag on 5% there, Martin on 9%, Louise 28%. Matt, your supporters come down slightly, but it's still a clear lead there, 58%. But remember, we have to lose one of the remaining 3 here at the end of these questions. Here they come. Which rock and roll singer married Demi Moore and Bruce Willis in Las Vegas in 1987? Little Richard, Ronnie Hawkins, Jerry Lee Lewis or Al Green? The answer to that one, which no one got, was A, Little Richard. So we press on with the next question. Who married Gracia Machel, widow of the former president of Mozambique, on his 80th birthday in 1998? Kenneth Kaunda, Robert Mugabe, Nelson Mandela or Hastings Banda? The answer to that one was C, Nelson Mandela. Just Louise and Morag, the ladies getting that one right. Here comes the last question. We have to lose someone at the end of this. In which US state did Billie Piper marry Chris Evans? Arizona, Nevada, Florida or Ohio? The answer to that one was B, Nevada. Everyone was reading the papers there. They got it all right, but unfortunately we've got to lose a player now, so let's have a look at the scores. Matt, no problems there, 488 points. Then, in second place, we've got Louise with 162. Then, with the remaining 2, we've got Morag on 64 points. But Martin, despite the fact you got the same number of questions right as Morag with 56, you have the lowest score. The audience have defected against you. I'm afraid it's time to leave. And while the sun goes down on Martin, we'll look forward to more excitement after the break. Join us afterwards to find out which of our 3 remaining players and which of these defectors will be walking away with £1,000. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're down to our 3 remaining players and the scores look like this. We've got Morag at the moment trailing on 64 points there. Then we've got Louise on 162. But Defectors, there's absolutely no reason to not be supporting Louise. She's matched for correct answers mapped throughout the entire show. Matt leading at the moment with 488. That's how it stands for the contestants. But what about our Defectors? Who's leading now in the audience? It's changed again. It's now Susan Slayford, who's 38, a technician. Susan, if you're there at the end of the show, you'll win £1,000. But right now, it's back to Trust Me. Once again, the players will persuade you to vote for them prior to answering questions on 3 specialist subjects. So, players, tonight's 3rd Trust Me subject is TV families. Louise, why trust you?
Trust me on this one. You name it, I watch it. Neighbours, Home and Away, Coronation Street, EastEnders. I'm just a typical woman. You just can't drag me away from the box.
Matt, why trust you?
Karl Marx was wrong. Opium isn't the religion of the masses, television is. So you can trust me here as a devoutly religious worshipper of the square box. I know all the families from Steptoe through Boswell to the Fowlers.
Morag's miles behind, but she's only answered 1 less question than Matt. Why trust you, though?
I've watched TV families ever since, and I can go back quite a long way on this. The Grove family, through Newcomers, to the Battersbys, the Simpsons, the Mitchells and the...
So, are you deterred by what you've heard? Let's find out, audience, on the subject of TV families. Defect now. Figures are locked in. Let's have a look at the Morag, 10% there. Matt, big drop, 36%. Louise, now the favourite, at last with 54%. But you've got to turn them into points. Here come the questions. Which TV family worked a sawmill in the Blue Ridge Mountains during the Depression? Clampett, Walton, Adams or Ingle? No help from the audience, please. The correct answer was B, Walton. Everyone got it right. Here's the next one. What was the name of the butler in the Adams family? Herman, Lurch, Thing or Cousin It? The answer to that one, which you all got again, was Lurch. You do watch the television. Here's the final one. What is the name of Denise and Dave's baby in the royal family? Keanu, Darren, David or Anthony? The answer was C, David. Just Louise missing out there, and you have majority support. But we move on now. Tonight's 4th Trust Me subject is ancient cities. So, Louise, why trust you on ancient cities?
Trust me on this one. I've been to Greece on numerous occasions. I'm very interested in the Chinese culture, and I would love to go on holiday to China to visit Beijing, Forbidden City and all around.
Matt, why trust you?
Well, I used to work as an international sales manager, so I've travelled to many countries worldwide and I've seen some beautiful cities. Egypt and China are 2 of my favourite countries, and there's plenty of history there.
Morag, you need the support. Why trust you?
I've travelled extensively. I've been to Athens, I've been to Rome, I've visited ancient cities in Greece and Turkey, Heraklion and...
So, Defectors, are you sticking with your choice, or is it now time for a change? On the subject of ancient cities, defect now. Let's have a look now. Morag, just 8%, I'm afraid. You can't change the audience's mind there. Louise, 34%. Matt back out in front there with 58%. Those are the points you're now playing for on these questions. What is the name of the ancient city of Mesopotamia, famed in the Bible as the home of Abraham? Herculaneum, Atlantis or Dunhuang? The answer to that one was A, just Matt getting that one right. Here's the next question. What was the capital of the ancient Assyrian Empire? Cairo, Babylon, Damascus or Nineveh? The The answer was D, Nineveh, and you all got it wrong. Final question. Priam was the king of which ancient city? Thebes, Troy, Athens, or Sparta? The one you needed there was B, Troy. You did all know your ancient cities, full marks all round, but we now move to our final subject, and at the end of this, our lowest scoring player will be shelled, leaving us with just 2 contestants for our final head-to-head. So good luck to you all. The final Trust Me subject is exotic islands. Louise, why trust you?
Trust me on this one, I've travelled all the way around the world. You name it, I've been there. Malaysia, Bali, the Caribbean. I've always got my passport to hand and I will go anywhere.
Matt, why trust you?
I got married in Mauritius, and I actually spend all my holidays on island locations because I go for the beach holidays, the tranquility and the easy island pace of life.
Looks like we're going to lose either Louise or Morag. Morag's trailing behind, but she's answered the same number of questions correctly as Louise. Why trust you, though?
Oh, trust me on this. I've travelled pretty well with my husband all over the place. I've been to Borneo, I've been to Bali, I've been to the islands off Hong Kong, where they hold the Bun Festival.
So, Defectors, you've heard their story, but what's your verdict on the subject of exotic islands? Defect now. OK, these percentages are now what you're playing for correct answers. Morag, 7% there. Louise, 36%. Matt, again, 57%. You're the favourite. Here are the questions. Which island are lemurs native to? Cyprus, Madagascar, Borneo or Corsica? The answer to that one was B, Madagascar. Just Louise missing out on the points there. Here's the next one. Which island was home to the extinct bird, the dodo? Sri Lanka, Mauritius, Sicily or the Seychelles? Mauritius, B was the answer. You all got it right. Here's the final question. We lose someone at the end of this. On which island can you visit the Minoan Palace of Knossos? Ithaca, Rhodes, Corfu or Crete? The answer to that one was D, Crete. Matt there, the majority support leader, getting it wrong. The others getting it right. But it's time to discard another player. Let's take a look at the scores. Matt, you've done well, 826 points. You have answered more questions than anyone else as well. Fair play. Then we've got Louise on 376. But Morag, despite the fact you answered one more question right than Louise, with 123, you had the lowest score. The audience have clearly defected against you. I'm afraid it's time to leave. And as Morag heads home and our 2 remaining players prepare to compete for £1,000, let's find out now which defector is currently the pick of the bunch. It's switched again. It's now Janet Melwish, who's 67 and retired. Janet, hold on tight. You're very close to winning £1,000. But right now, Louise and Matt, it's time to go head-to-head in our grand finale, Quick Defect. There's not much to call between you two. So far, out of 19 questions asked, Louise has got 13 right, Matt has got 15 right. We've reset your scores to 0 now, however, and your aim is to amass the biggest score by the time you hear this noise. Now, the Quick Defect is played on the buzzer, so only one of you can answer on every question. Defectors, you'll be able to defect prior to every question, so the player's fate now lies completely in your hands. The best of luck to you both. We're now going to play Quick Defect. For £1,000 then, the first subject is dolls. Defect. Question on the buzzer. Which doll started going steady with Ken in 1960? Matt?
Barbie.
Right answer, yes. The next subject is royalty. Defect. Question. Which English dukedom can only be held by the heir apparent to the throne? Yes, Louise?
Prince of Wales.
No, that's the wrong answer. We're looking for a dukedom. Matt?
Cornwall.
That's the right answer, yes, for another 61. The next subject is the 60s. Defect. Question, what in the 1960s was known as a tranny? Matt?
A radio.
Yes, that's the right answer. Transistor radio. The next subject is nursery rhymes. Defect. Question, in the nursery rhyme, hey diddle diddle, what ran away with the spoon? Yes, Matt?
The dish.
That's the right answer again. The next subject is star signs. Defect. Less than a minute to go. Louise, you need to get back into this. What is your star sign if your birthday falls on American Independence Day? Louise?
Libra.
No. Worth a try, though. Matt, do you want to buzz in? Yeah.
Pisces.
No. The actual answer was Cancer. The next subject is pop singers. Defect. Question: which singer-songwriter announced on his 35th birthday in 1993 that he was changing his name to a symbol? Matt?
Prince.
Right answer, yes. The next subject is Italian landmarks. Defect. Question: to Italians, it's the Torre Pendente di Pizza. How do we know it? Yes, Louise.
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
That's the right answer. You're back in it. The next subject is... Oh, no, you're not back in it, because that's the end of the round. So for the final time, let's take a look at the scores from left to right. Louise, you've got 32. Matt, if you've beaten this score, you're tonight's winner, and you've won £1,000. So have you beaten 32, I wonder? 301, of course you have. Well done, sir. You're tonight's winner. And speaking of winners, who in the audience backed the most correct answers tonight? Who is the top defector? From nowhere, it's Valerie Hanley, who's 60 and retired. You've just won £1,000. Come on down and get your cash, Valerie. Well done. Come in, Matt. Well played. Commiserations, Louise. Matt, well played to you. £1,000. Well done.
Thank you.
Valerie, well done. Congratulations. You're well chuffed, aren't you? £1,000. It's all yours. Congratulations. Until next time, then, goodbye.